In this video today, I share a hack to change your state and increase your energy. Welcome back to another video. My name is Dom and I help people to step into their truth and power. After the winter, I realized I was eating more carbs than usual, and naturally, I know that I need to create a temporary caloric deficit to compensate for that time when I had eaten more than I probably should have. I think this is a concept that probably the majority of people understand on some level. So I did that, and I noticed that my energy levels rose, but then there was also a drop or a slump, usually around the middle of the afternoon. Now, this didn't make much sense to me at all because I eat regularly throughout the day. With working out in the morning and usually running more regularly, this is something that I have to do to maintain my energy levels all day long. I also drink all day long, so I stay hydrated, and I seem to be doing all the right things and even changed a few things nutritionally as well, but never felt like I really slayed that afternoon slump. So one day I was walking my dog Rio, and it was in the middle of the day, and as I walked her, I began paying attention to my body language in that moment and how it was speaking to me. Now, when I walk Rio, people love Rio when they meet her, and so it's not uncommon that I stop and speak to people on my walk with her. I began noticing how I was being, approaching people, and the way that I spoke. I also noticed how I was carrying my body, not only as I walked her, but also in conversation. I noticed when I got outside and engaged with people, my state changed. That slump that I was feeling inside seemingly went away, it evaporated. I continued to pay attention to this, and I tried something else. Last year, I began taking cold showers after my run, and it felt amazing and so invigorating. But when the winter came, I stopped doing that because the idea of jumping in a cold shower after being out in the cold running just didn't sound very inviting to me at all. I don't like the cold. Now that the warm weather is returning, I started doing that again. But more importantly, I got curious and I asked, what if I take a cold shower every day in the afternoon, just ahead of that afternoon slump, whether I go for a run or not? What if I were to do that? Just as a way to try and snap myself out of it, out of that slump. Well, I tried it, and what I noticed is that I began to feel a shift in my mindset in the middle of the day. When I got out of the cold shower, my being was also much more alive, my physical being, and in energy. That slump seemingly disappeared. Tony Robbins refers to this as changing your state. By changing our physiology, we begin to change our state of being. And so I found this technique worked amazingly well for me and nearly instantly gave me the energy I wish to have. In paying attention to this even further though, the one thing I began to also notice is that it changed my breathing. With the cold shower, although the shock of the cold, it made my breathing more rapid, by the end, after the shower, my breathing wasn't as shallow, it was deeper. It felt restorative to my being. And the really cool thing is that energized feeling didn't go away 5 or 10 minutes later. It's like there was a spark of momentum and aliveness that came into my being and carried me through. And it wasn't like I was acting this or trying to act this. I truly had the feeling of having more energy and being more alive. I just realized that I needed to shift my physiology to change my state of being. Doing something to shift my breathing pattern is what was key for me here. And so I invite you to have more awareness of yourself, not just the thoughts and feelings you're having, but even more. What is your body communicating with you? Our body language says so much to us, and most of us aren't even paying attention to it. We really want to be in awareness of our state of being because our state of being will change and influence our circumstances and our reality. Whereas we normally think it's the other way around, that our circumstances control our state of being. We must resist giving our power away to our circumstances and to other people. And so the easiest way to do this is to change your physiology, changing your body language and the way you carry yourself, which changes your state of being, which then changes your experience and your circumstances. We are constantly attracting to us who we are being. Some call this the law of attraction. Others refer to it as sowing and reaping. No matter what you choose to call it, it is biblically accurate, and it is a universal law for all human beings that is inescapable. We've got to get out of our heads and be more present with the core of our being. And so if you can't fathom jumping into a cold shower, I get it. There are different ways you can change your state and to change your state of breathing. Some people get up and dance around the house, while other people get quiet and meditate. Others go for a walk outside like I did with Rio. There are countless ways to do this, but you've got to be aware of what your body language is telling you. And so if you're needing some additional help with this, I recently created a short 10 to 12 minute exercise to help you, and it's completely free. I've named it Calm the Mind. And when you listen to Calm the Mind, I walk you through a short visualization to quiet your mind so that you can have an opportunity to just be in the present moment. This exercise changes your state by changing the physiology of your body and its breathing pattern, just as I mentioned before. The Calm Your Mind exercise is free to listen to and experience. And so if you would like to try it, I've put the link in the description box below, so go check it out. So I'm curious, are you finding yourself in an energetic funk at all? In a slump? What important piece of wisdom are you taking from this video? Share those in the comments below because I want to support and encourage you in whatever way I can. And if this video is speaking to you on any level, please pay it forward. Pay it forward by sharing this video with just one other person who you think might benefit from it, because I want this information to go out and reach as many people as possible. And of course, I invite you to subscribe to my channel and be sure to hit the bell so that you're notified of when I release new content. I'm going to be sharing more and more content in the coming weeks and months. And so until I connect with you again for my next video, stay well, stay healthy, and stay empowered.